Hey guys, and welcome back to what is hopefully going to be a very, very good week. We've got a lot going on this week and I'm looking forward to catching you up on everything that we're going to be doing. We're finally at that stage where hopefully towards the end of the week, we're going to be really making movements to be changing around this house, playing magical bedrooms again, where we're literally going to be shifting how the whole house works. We are so close to being in the room that we have wanted to be in when we purchased this house about 5 years ago with our wardrobes and ensuite. And then we're going to have this whole top area, which we've basically been existing in at the moment, that is going to be free. So I'm going to talk you through everything that's going to be happening with that, because also this week I'm heading off, I'm leaving the house, I'm leaving poor Ollie, because the floors are going to be stained, sealed, lacquered and finished, tick tick, done by the end of the week, which means that we can start moving some things around, because then we've literally only got like skirting board, finishing touches, yeah, coving booked in, and we are really good to go. So really exciting. If you've been following right from the beginning, then you may kind of know that we were always going to be shifting around the house, and to be honest, we will as life grows, our family grows, we're going to be like shifting around the house still. But the idea was that we start from the top of the house, we renovate and we come down. We obviously did a once over on the bottom floor, but we do still plan to do the extension. So we've done the top floor. That top floor in many years time will probably be kids' rooms when they're old enough to not be on the same level as us. For now, the room that we have been living in was always planned to be, and I kind of like designed it to be, a guest room. So that's going to be our guest room. The room next door, it was kind of like makeshift office dressing room while we waited for our room to be done downstairs. Now, downstairs in our room, we're having I guess you'd call it like a walk-in wardrobe, but it's kind of just like a walk-in closet. It's not like a room. It'll be very quickly filled with wardrobes. So we're also having wardrobes either side of the fireplace too. The ones either side of the fireplace are going to be Ollie's, and then the ones in the little nook are going to be mine. We have got a little ticking time bomb arriving in the next few months, and we have to be sensible with what we're taking on for the house. We absolutely have to do and build bespoke Ollie's wardrobes, which are going into either side of the wardrobe, because we have decided to do those floor to ceiling, and they are going to kind of wrap around the room with the coving included. So we had the coving half done, and now we need to put at least the base of those wardrobes up to be able to complete the coving. So I've been working on plans for our wardrobes, including the one that's going to go in our little box room, which will be the nursery, and my little area. Because the ones in our bedroom have to be done, we've kind of prioritised those. I know-ish how I want them to look, and we're going to be doing those ourselves, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. We are going to get MDF cut to size, so we're literally measuring it to a T, and then we're going to build in frames. That's going to be happening in the next few weeks. In the box room nursery, we're doing a little bit of both. So it's basically going to be an IKEA hack. We're using an IKEA wardrobe, and we're also making it slightly bespoke. I will put up, hopefully I'm putting up videos and images here so that you can see. That's going to be bespoke. We're going to have 3 drawers down the bottom, and then wardrobe on top. It's only a really slim one, which will be perfect for kids. What I probably haven't mentioned is that that nursery isn't just for baby boy. This is going to be our nursery. It's the room closest to ours. I know a lot of people have nurseries and then the kids grow into it and they're toddlers. That won't be the case for us. When this little one is a toddler, he will be moved to a different room, and then if we are lucky enough to have another child, the next baby will go into the nursery. So it will simply just be a nursery with a cot. Let me just get Otto. Otto's having a little bark, hang on. So we've based that wardrobe around the slim IKEA wardrobe, which for small little diddy clothes will fit a rail, rather than usually they have them facing out with their adult clothes. That room, I imagine if anybody buys this house in the future and they don't have very small children, they don't need a nursery, it's more likely to be something like an office or a dressing room. And so I think that wardrobe will either be changed or it'll just be used for general storage. So in that room, we have decided not to take it right to the ceiling because it is a room that might change. So Otto moving. Excuse me. He's bumping the camera. That room will change. Potentially that wardrobe might come out. So we're not doing it to the ceiling because I want to keep the coving is quite expensive, and where we put the coving, you want to make sure that whatever is going to be there is going to be there for good. So that in itself, without all of the finishing touches also included, is probably going to take most of our time. So in my little wardrobe area, we have decided that for now, and also to save a bit of money, we're going to put the IKEA wardrobes that were up in the office dressing room down in that room. I'm going to buy a few extras and I'll be able to fit all of my clothes in there for the meantime until we get round to also doing those bespoke too. And we'll be able to see how well, we've never done it before. We've literally never made wardrobes. So our bedroom, the primary bedroom, either side will be the first time that we ever make them. We've only ever done IKEA hacks. We may learn and we may decide that we will just keep the IKEA in the little nook, but we'll see how we go. So the plan is this week to move around the top floor. We are going to be putting a bed in the office room. I'm going to be clearing out the wardrobes. We're going to be taking down the wardrobes. Once the ceiling's done, we're going to be putting up the wardrobes into the little wardrobe nook. It's going to be super exciting. So yeah, I'll take you up and show you all of that. Now that you know what we're doing, this is like a big wardrobe week, but generally a big week for moving and shaking the house around. Exciting. Otto has come up and made himself at home. Do you guys remember when we made this room into our room? So this is where we have been staying in the meantime, but this will be our guest room, and we are preparing it basically for this little one and family and guests coming to stay. I'm very hopeful that my mum, if I make this room really gorgeous for her, will come and help us out with the sleepless nights. My aim is literally to get this as cozy and comfortable as possible to encourage family to come and stay and potentially help us out, especially that like first few weeks. Ollie's back to work, I'm on my own. You may remember that we had an Emma mattress on this bed, which we have absolutely adored sleeping in, Ollie and I, for the past few years. And so we wanted to put a new one on the guest bed, and I'll show you where our one is going to be going in a second. I was actually working away today, but he helped me carry the box upstairs. It is so ingenious. If you've got smaller spaces, getting a mattress up to this top floor would have been quite difficult for us. So having it conveniently in a box like the Emma mattresses, it makes our life so much easier. We went for the Emma Luxe cooling mattress and we have a king size bed up here. And as I said, it arrived really quickly. Ollie got it up the stairs, and then all you have to do is take it out of the box, let it expand when it comes out of its packaging, and you won't believe, like, the technology is just so clever on these. It always blows my mind. But this one is designed to regulate your body temperature with thermosync, which helps you fall to sleep faster. Ollie particularly struggles with falling to sleep when it's too hot, and the top of our house up here particularly is quite warm, so we thought that one would be a really good one to go for. We've been sleeping on the Emma Original and we loved it, but since becoming pregnant, I've loved it even more because, as you can probably tell, I need to be sleeping in different positions, and it really supports me where I need the support. I find it quite easy to get in and out of bed, and believe it or not, I'm nearly in my third trimester and I'm still sleeping through the night, and I'm sure I'd put that partly down to our mattress. And I feel that's all you want to achieve when you have guests over. Having a really good night's sleep. It's the first thing we always ask them when they come down in the morning. How did you sleep? Did you sleep okay? Like that nervous thought of, I hope that they slept and got a good night's sleep, especially if they're around to help you out. But if you fancy giving it a go, Emma have huge discounts at the moment with up to 55% off, which is just insane. And you can get an extra discount as well with my code, which I'll put on screen and down in the description too. And they also do a 200-night risk-free trial, as well as a 10-year guarantee. So there's literally no risk in giving it a go. But yeah, gosh, I'm excited for this next stage of the house and living in it. And I cannot wait to have guests around, because I think the first time that we will, it'll be Christmas and I'll be decking this top floor out with all lovely decorations and sparkly lights. Also wants to go up and try it out. Now we've just got to wait for it to do its thing and expand. It's not for you. I know you think we do everything for you. I'm afraid it's not a very luxurious dog bed. have a feeling this video is going to be a bit of everything. I've just been going through packages for the upstairs and I thought I'd show you what I've been picking up, kind of like more interior styling wise. So these are for the bathroom and I simply went for these because of this gorgeous colour here. It perfectly matches our vanity in the bathroom, so the green colour from Burlington. And so I went for 6 of these. I'm going to do it a bit like the Snug and have them above the bath. And then this one too, I need to turn around. This one's going to go over the hidden cupboard. In time, I'd like to get actual paintings, maybe some oil paintings, vintage paintings. But for now, I'd like something on this space. I think these tones go really beautifully together. And I managed to find these on eBay. I hope that they work. Frames are always difficult. I have quite good luck with eBay though. They are real pine and obviously our floor's pine. And I did think I could DIY these, although I do think they're a nice colour, so I'm going to see when they're up. I could DIY them and stain them exactly the same colour as our floor, just to make it really consistent in that area. And then if I can get one of these out, these will be going in there like that for above the bath. So I also ordered 6 of those frames and I thought the pine and the more like rustic pine would go with our flooring really nicely. I also bit the bullet and got a pretty bougie toilet cleaner, which is Burlington, so it matches the suite perfectly, and it's, to be honest, it's going to be hidden behind the loo, but I really like that it's attached to the wall so that when I clean the floor, up on the top floor, when I'm cleaning the floor, I always have to like pick up the toilet roll holder. And actually, funny enough, Otto does like to get the little top of it and fling it around the room, which is not the most hygienic. So yeah, went for this on the wall, thought that would be great for kids too. Why do they like playing with the most disgusting things? I also picked up the little rope hook for that. So that's the bathroom, a few new additions. I'm going to be showing this in next week's video, but this is a throw for the spare bedroom. So on the top floor, we've got 2 bedrooms up there, and we're calling one of them our guest room, and then we're calling another one the spare room, which is the one that's going to have our mattress on it. And it's going to be a bed that will also be for guests, but we are thinking that maybe when Ollie goes back to work, he'll sleep part upstairs so that he can get a good night's sleep until we're in a bit of a routine with baby and I'll be downstairs. Not sure if that will work. We've been together now like 10 years and I barely sleep when he's not around, so it might just be better that we deal with the crying baby the whole night. But yeah, so that's a throw for that bed. So you can't see this in its full glory, but I need to check the size. I wasn't 100% convinced on this one. This is the potential light for the nursery, and I thought that this little bobbled light would just be so sweet. As I mentioned earlier, trying to do it completely neutral, so it's not really necessarily male, female, boy, girl, just really neutral, and I thought that would be nice. So it's kind of round with the little wooden beads. I just am not sure it's quite the right size. That was from Dunelm, so I just thought if I order it, we've got a Dunelm locally and I can always return if needs be. But I think I'm actually going to catch you tomorrow now with the wardrobes, because I need to run to the recycling centre, go to the supermarket, and by the time that I come back, I don't think I'll be doing the wardrobe, so I think I will see you tomorrow for that. Today's the day. It's the start of moving downstairs and I'm going to be clearing my wardrobes out. Not clearing like organising, clearing, taking the clothes out so that we can flat pack them and move them downstairs. These 2 here are the ones that we're taking down, so I just need to empty all of the rails in here so that we can literally take them apart. These poor wardrobes have been taken apart so many times. Thankfully they've gone back together okay, but yeah, it'll be so exciting. Actually, a lot of this has been condensed down, as you can see. I don't have very many clothes on the bottom here. Most of that is Ollie's actually, because a few weeks ago I did go through my clothes and put away the things that I probably wouldn't be needing over the next few months, because I'm expanding. Mostly, like, to be honest, like this is all of my trousers, like none of them fit, and a lot of my summer dresses that I just wouldn't be needing anyway. Really doesn't seem long since we put these up, but those are now empty. The room is definitely a bit of a mess. I've got everything on the rails, but unfortunately The scruffs were in the bottom of the wardrobe, and it's quite like a convenient place to have them, to be honest, because you don't really want to hang scruffs. I'll be honest, we can condense these down. I've already made a few piles I think we can condense, but this room is looking very, 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 very full now with the boxes. I can't quite imagine it being a guest room. Once the wardrobes have gone and the bed is in, and we've got the under storage space in the ottoman, a lot of this is going to be condensed down. Like, for example, this is pillows that can go on the bed. We've got a whole thing of hangers which can go in one of the spare rooms when we're downstairs. We've got curtains there for our room downstairs. Apart from Christmas, which is right at the back here, I think most of this can be condensed. And obviously I have my clothes here, which I think when we move downstairs I'm going to have more wardrobe space. So I'll probably put those in boxes like this in the wardrobe. But yeah, for now a little overwhelming. Next job is taking the rails out and also the shelf. And then this is the one that's going to stay. So I'm not going to take this one apart yet because, oops, you've seen the room. But yeah, this is the one. I also did, with all of my cashmere that I don't want to like stretch in this season, I have washed it, put it in the freezer, and then put it in these moth-proof Lakeland bags. So they really need to go in a box too. I just put them in here because I was being lazy, honestly. It is quite a few hours on. I did actually decide to have a little bit of a clear out, go through things slightly again, and also measure up for the bed frame and start making decisions about these going down. But I think the next time you will see us is when we are dismantling these to go down on the same floor. Can't believe it. Feeling hot and bothered this morning. I am getting out the house because the staining is happening. Oh, I can't wait to see it though. It's going to be really exciting to come back. We're all prepped, we're all ready. You can hear little boy crying to get out the door. I'm going to my parents and I'm going to leave the camera here, which was a bit strange to be honest. Like, usually would take it with me just in case, but Ol is going to show you some of the staining, which is one of the most rewarding parts as well, because you like physically see quite a bit of a change.
Changes so quickly.
Yeah, it changes really quick.
It's also stressful though, because we look back at some of the photos from when we did the top floor, and when you put the stain on, it looks horrible and grey and patchy, and just not nice at all. You need to put the sealer on top, and then it looks beautifully brown and glossy and just brilliant. But the first bit's definitely a bit stressful.
Yeah, I don't envy that. But at the same time, I think it's not a bad job. Sanding's way worse.
Yeah, yeah. Once the sanding's
done, the hardest bit's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll see you at the end. Hopefully soon you'll see some staining.
The final bit of the stairs are sanded. As you can see, I made a lovely mess all through here. So now I'm going to get the hoover out, have a quick tidy up, and move all of this into one of the back rooms, and then I can have a really good hoover afterwards and then get on with staining. Right, we have finished the clean vacuuming and I've just finished mopping all of the floors, which actually has been really good. When we did the top floor, there was loads of dust that came up in that and the water was filthy. This time it's really clear, so all I can think is that our new vacuum cleaner is much, much better than our old Kirby, which to be honest came with the house, so it was really old. This is all looking ready to stain now. I'm just going to give it a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes or so, just for this water to evaporate and it will be this nice light colour, and then I can get on with staining. Some of you may remember we made a bit of a mistake in the top floor and we made it all patchy. So this time I'm going to work from bay window out to about here, and then I'm going to stop. What we did last time was we did section, 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 and walked our way out of the room, and we ended up with these little patches. But this time, just going to come to here and then stop, let this side all dry, and then when I come back in a bit later, I can do this bit all in one long strip, and then I can just hop across the threshold. So I'll work from there to about here. Then I will do the wardrobe area. I might do this bit first actually, because it's smaller and less important. So if I make a mistake, getting a bit of a practice run in will be quite good. Then it will be round to the nursery room, work my way out of there to here somewhere, and then not sure how it's going to work then. I think I'll kind of slowly work my way out, but I have to figure out when I do which bit, because I don't want to end up either trapping myself up here or trapping myself downstairs, needing to go upstairs. I don't think, to be honest, worst case happens, like I've got a pull-out bed in the snug, I've got all the food down there, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'll think about that when I get to it. Right, we are almost there. A little bit longer for the drying, and I'll be ready to put stuff down. I have got all my things ready. Basically the same stuff we used last time, but I'll just walk you through it all to remind everyone. Obviously, stain. This is the Morals Jacobean stain. Very hazardous. So I've got the windows open with the ventilation there, and in the back of the house, I've got a fair bit of PP to go with it. We find these black floor protectors from Wickes really useful, because you have to top up your tray every now and again while doing it. So this is really good. Keep the stain on there, pour it on there, and if you make a mess, you can wipe it up without it getting on the floor and making it look awful. P3 mask. I've just replaced the filters and given it a good clean out. This stuff is horrible. You need something like that. P3 means it's rated for asbestos and other nasty things, so definitely up to the job of this. Some non-marking knee pads. That is the brush that we put on. It's more like a painting pad. We picked these up from Wickes and found them really good. They soak up a good amount of stain, and if you feel like you're running out, you can press down harder and you can get a bit more out of it to keep it all nice and even. So they're really good. Disposable gloves, 2 layers of those, because the first one will find a hole in it, and then you don't want to be getting your skin because it takes over a week to get out. No doubt I will probably get a hole in both at some point, but that will minimise it. Smallish tray, but it fits the pad, and disposable liners, because you will slowly sort of use the stain and it gets to be a bit sticky in the bottom. So instead of wrecking your tray, just get these. So I'll have the pad in there for most of it. I'll also be dragging around this extra liner with a little paintbrush to get in all the nooks and crannies, and a bunch of rags. The really dark ones you can see here, they're for wiping the stain off after you put it down, because you don't want to leave it on there wet, you just wipe it off. And this one here is used for dipping in the stain and then getting into all the corners and underneath the stair lips. And then emergency kitchen roll, just in case I have a massive issue, I can throw that down and mop up a good amount of the mess, but hopefully I won't need it. And some safety effects or something just to keep any splashes out of your eyes, because like I said, it is quite nasty stuff, hence me doing it on my own.
I'm back, and wow, Ollie has been working hard to get this all finished and sorted. I know the dark stain is probably a bit of a love-hate, but we did light downstairs and it wasn't very forgiving. I didn't feel like it went through the home very well. So for example, I just love the dark accent on the stairs with the banister and the rail too, because they are naturally dark wood, and what the home probably would have been like, in fact we know that the home did have a very dark stain, because that's why we went dark, because it was near impossible to get off of all of the steps. When we decided that we wanted these wood and we did them light, as you can see on that top step there, we just couldn't get all of the dark off, so dark is definitely more forgiving. And it all runs through into our bedroom too. It feels on foot. So dreamy. So unbelievably dreamy. This really is the last step of like the hard, dusty renovations. So we have these protectors down now because the wardrobes from the top floor can now come into this room here, the little dressing room nook. And then we're doing wardrobes either side, skirting, fireplace in, lights on, and we're here. Yeah, this is the final bit. I'm ready to nest, guys. Today we are taking these down. Hopefully they'll survive the journey downstairs. The wardrobe is now going in. Ollie has been using this as a slider. He was at the other side, kind of trying to wiggle it through, and I was stood here on this, trying to help him. And at the end, he was like, "Oh, I'm just going to pull it on this," and I was like, "Oh, I'm on it. You can't pull it." And he was like, "That's the whole point in this process, was that I was supposed to be sliding it on this thing."
Can you pull it back now?
Obviously I have no idea what's going on. But got a wardrobe in there, guys. It feels really surreal. Oh my gosh, that fits perfectly.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it actually will.
They are the same height as the other ones.
Yeah. Because that probably has to go over quite a bit more though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nonetheless. Oh, wardrobe. Insane. Gorgeous pink skies tonight, and it's looking pretty dark. I've got my phone for some light, but the wardrobes are in. So this kind of shows the space a little bit. It's not going to be huge, as I was saying earlier on in the video. I think I'm going to change the shelf for just a white one, because obviously it doesn't go with the floor. We had these when we were in London, didn't we?
No.
No, we bought them.
We had exactly the same ones in London, but the landlord
She bought them off of
buying
us, didn't she? Yeah. We bought these when we came to the house about 5 years ago. That's right. They were in this room when there wasn't a wall there at the end there originally to hold our clothes in the renovation. Then they moved upstairs, and now they've moved here. So this will be the third move for them. So the plan is to move these more together. So it'll be ish in the middle of this door as you walk in. And then I'm going to purchase the two 75s to go either side here. One a bit deeper on this side because we have the old mantle behind there, and then that one we don't. So I'm just having a slimmer one over there. They're in.
They're in.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, we've still got a long way to go though. But for tonight,
we're done.
We're done. The wardrobes are gone, apart from this one little lonely one, which I know might not quite look right, but we'll see. We'll see when the bed comes. I've ordered the bed frame that should hopefully be arriving soon. And today I'm going to be dusting down. I don't know if you can really tell, but this is pretty dusty down here. I'm going to be dusting and cleaning this down so that I can move. The other mattress is currently just waiting in the hallway, so the two mattresses are going to be kind of like identical little rooms up here, which would be really sweet. I've gone for another ottoman bed for storage. If you don't have an ottoman bed, I highly recommend. Absolutely, like every bed that we have in this house apart from the cot that we have and that kind of thing, is going to be storage, because I don't know how I'd live without one now. They're just so brilliant, especially for things like keeping winter duvet in the summer and vice versa, and just a load of other stuff, which I'm going to be chucking into this one. Yeah, it's really, really exciting to have this stage in the house. Really, honestly, I'm just beaming because of it. Like, kind of regardless of the nursery and baby coming, this has been a stage that we have waited for a very long time. With moving down to our bathroom and not on the suite, that level and project floor again has taken us, I think, nearly a year and a half, 2 years. So it's been a long time coming, and it's going to open up a huge amount of the house for us. And I always feel bad because we've got a good sized house and friends are like, oh, I'd love to come and visit, and we're often like putting them up on a blow up bed or a mattress on a floor like we did family recently. And I can't wait to just be like, yeah, here's a bedroom made and ready for you with your own bathroom. It's going to be really, really lovely. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and say goodbye, because I feel like this video has been very long anyway. A lot has happened this week, and I might as well just pick you up again and carry on for next week. I hope you're all well, and I will see you all then. Bye.